May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio mini podcast. Brief memories. I'm almost down of the list of brief memories. Done about, 73 of them. Yeah, this will be the 74th post on brief memories. Now, it doesn't mean I don't have a ton more brief memories. It's just in this particular section called brief memories. This is what there is. I think next I'll hit Suzuki stories, and then I'll go to the outtakes from Zennish right now. I mean, that'll be a year. The rate I'm going. But the outtakes Zennish right now would be repeats of a lot of this, I guess. I don't know, there's just a ton of material, and I just enjoy sharing it with you. So this is the entry on the Brief Memories Index page for DC, that's me. And it says various. So I go, then it goes to a page with some links. And these are just a selection of stuff for me. I've got tons. I could just, I don't know what's mine or what anybody else's anymore sometimes. All right, so enough of all that. Here we go. I entered this on May 23rd, 2012. I remember once talking to Suzuki Roshi and Okusan, his wife, about dying or death, something in that area. I don't remember how we got into. What I remember is them both making the point that they found Americans to be quite open about discussing death, not so afraid of it. That Japanese aren't like that at all, are in general very afraid of death and don't want to discuss it. I was really surprised to hear them say that. I still think, really? Also, I posted this in the death and dying section of Cuke.com. Yeah, in Japan, you count from 1 to 10. Well, there's two basic ways. There's the Hishitotsu, Futatsu, Mitsu, Yotsu. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. In the sort of Japanese, traditional Japanese way, as it has evolved to the present day. And then there's the Chinese way, as it has evolved in Japanese usage, ichi, ni, san, shi, or yon. Now, yon for number 4 is generally used, but not always. Sometimes, especially in combination, she can be used. They can both be used. But she is death. I don't mean the number 4 she is death. They're just homonyms. They sound alike, so Japanese avoid that. But I don't know. I mean, that's what they said. Oh, yeah. And there don't tend to be 4th floors on buildings. There's 1, 2, 3, 5. But I think everybody's afraid of death. Well, it sure helps to have firm confidence and footing in practice. And in my mind, the way I was raised on confidence and footing in the idea of cosmic mind, everything coming out of it, not us just being random products of an uncaring universe. I was very lucky to be raised that way in this sort of New Thought Christianity, which in which, Jesus is just a person who got enlightened. God is a word for, like, Suzuki's big mind. So when I ran into Suzuki and Zen Center and Katagiri, it just fit right into where I'd come from, and it was very clear. I didn't like all the baggage that came with the way I was raised and all that. And, especially, I think taking LSD and psychedelics at some point in one's life or having some sort of deep experiences in other ways really helps one feel more comfortable about the idea of our finiteness. The Han, the board that we hit to call people to Zazen, there's a poem on it, and the first line is, Shoji waji daini shite, life and death is the great matter. You could also say it says life and death is a big thing. But I like the great matter. And so life and death are the great matter for all beings. Beings tend to avoid death and they want to live. Now, the monk is advised not to care if they live or die. But that's pretty hard advice to follow. So, but I would like to say to people that are afraid of dying, which is all of us, to some extent, as Suzuki said, nothing really dies. He didn't go further. I always go further and say it transforms. Like here in Bali, there's Brahma, in Hinduism, right? And Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Those are the three basic deities, with zillions of other deities surrounding them in Hindu mythology. As long as one understands it as mythology and it's not an external reality, it can be useful. And Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the preserver, and Shiva is the destroyer. Shiva is the transformer. Like in the movies, the Transformers. That's Shiva taking different forms like a big plastic model. No, Shiva is the destroyer and the transformer. So it's not that vision of the death with the big sickle, to harvest you, dressed in black. It's more like welcoming you to the next bardo. So we can have different ways to look at it. And people can, believe in reincarnation, be afraid of being born in the lower realms. Actually, Shanti Deva said that to avoid being reborn into hell realms or lower realms are the first two good reasons to practice. But he said that's the practice of the small mans to avoid the hell realms, that the regular sized person to avoid being reborn in lower states, but the path of the great person is to be a bodhisattva and to vow to save all beings and to not escape the wheel of rebirth. Okay, well, that's enough of that. That's what brought to mind all that. I got to take a shower and get to bed and brush my teeth and floss them. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC, Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Doggy Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. We're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.